Stories, where we learn how to make a delicious meal while hearing the story behind the dish. Today we have a very special edition of Serving Up Stories featuring Greater Twin Cities United Way's Flavors of Our Community initiative. And to tell that story is Melissa Caldwell from the Volunteer United team. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Mary, for having us on Serving Up Stories. We're so happy to be here.
Now I hear the ingredients for today's dish have a very special story. Tell us about that.
Definitely. The ingredients that we're using to prepare today's meal, we collected through our Flavors of Our Community initiative. That's where we engaged volunteers across the community where they donated and assembled ingredients for culturally specific meal packs, and that will be featured on today's meal.
Wow, and what are we going to be making today?
Today we're making tacos, both vegetarian and chicken.
Sounds delicious.
It is going to be great.
Now I want to point out that Greater Twin Cities United Way, one of their very special roles they play is the ability to unite changemakers and partners throughout the community. And to tell us a little bit more about that, we're going to go to Mary Smith from the Volunteer United team. Mary?
Thanks, Mary. This year, we're pleased to work with several community partners on Flavors of the Community. They helped us develop the pantry packs to reflect their needs, and they'll distribute them to those they serve. Our partner, Clues, hosts a large food distribution for the Latinx community twice a week, once at their location on the east side of St. Paul and once at their location on East Lake Street in Minneapolis. Copy USA is located in Brooklyn Center. They're an immigrant-founded and led nonprofit. This year, Copy is working with the Alight organization, formerly the American Refugee Committee, to distribute culturally specific foods to Afghan refugee families in Minnesota. Finally, North Point Health and Wellness is probably familiar to most of you. Located in North Minneapolis, the food shelf is unique in that it's co-located with a large health clinic. We have a quick video to show you with messages from our partners. Take a look.
Food is important. It's a part of a culture, especially for refugees and immigrants coming from different parts of the world. It's an integration, and it's not about assimilation. It is about the values. It brings community together.
If we can provide like hot sauce, maseca, jalapenos, nopalitos, because those are the staple items that the Latino community are looking for, and that's what they are eating at home.
Culturally specific food kits are so important to us to be able to offer it to our neighbors, and this is just a real treat for us that the United Way is working with their supporters and us on this project.
Wow, what an impactful initiative. So all of the packs we see here are what volunteers actually assembled and donated.
Yes.
Wow, so tell me more about the impact of Flavors of Our Community.
Yeah, so over the course of the spring through our Volunteer at Home initiatives and Flavors of Our Community packing events that we did at Post Consumer Brands and the Brewers Association, we engaged over 1,500 volunteers.
Wow,
Yeah.
Let's hear from one of those volunteers now.
Yes, let's.
I've always been a big supporter of United Way and just wanted to help. I thought it was great that you were asking for specific cultural foods. As an Asian, I know how important it is to have specific foods in the pantry. I realize how important it is for families to be able to have things they need to cook the meals they're used to.
Thank you for sharing your story. So in total, what was the collective impact from this year's initiative?
Yeah, so this year through Flavors of the Community, we collected over 4,600 meal packs, which equates to nearly $50,000 in food donations for our local community. And at the end of the day, we're providing over 34,000 meals for our neighbors.
Amazing, that is truly incredible. Congratulations on such a successful campaign. And now we're gonna join two more members of the Volunteer United team, Kaylee and Lydia. Let's go see what they're cooking.
I'm hungry.
All right, so now we're gonna make our homemade tortillas for our tacos using the Masica mix from one of our staple packs. We're using the same recipe that's right on the bag. So we've got our dough here. We just have to roll it out into equal portion little balls. And then we'll just roll it out with our rolling pin. And then we have our tortilla ready to go in the fryer. All right, so now we're just gonna put our tortillas on the griddle here, get them cooking. Go. On the stick. skillet, we can go ahead and flip them. Ooh. It's okay, it doesn't always work out the first time. All right, and we're gonna finish making up the rest of our parts of our tacos. So we use the white rice that was also in the kit, just adding a little bit of cilantro. We also have some black beans and some corn so that we can really make this a well-rounded meal. We have all of our ingredients ready to build our tacos. We have our homemade corn tortillas, some rice. We also prepared some chicken and some vegetarian meat, as well as we added some cheese and tomatoes. And then also from our packs, we have some corn, black beans, as well as some jalapenos. And we can come to then our final plate where we have a full rounded meal.
Wow, what an incredible meal you prepared for us. Thank you so much. Before we dive in though, is there anything else you would like to share?
I'd just like to say that having the donations of culturally specific food items are so important, as many families that are accessing these items, they don't readily have them available. And having culturally specific items is so important so they can provide their families with comforting and sustaining food.
And on behalf of Volunteer United, we just want to thank the entire community for all of your support coming together and helping us achieve wonderful goals of this initiative and supporting our local families. Thank you.
Incredible, incredible. Well, that's this week's episode of Serving Up Stories. I'm Mary Walker. Back to the advancement team meeting.